Hi, folks. Welcome to the Southfield Ice Arena as we're in for a big MCHC East Conference matchup with your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils coming up against the #1 ranked University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. U of N comes in at 11-1 record with Lawrence Tech coming in at a 6-3-1 record. Adam Parker and Gare coming in for the face-off, and Adam Parker with the win. And Jason Drummy gets that puck tipped out. Face-off right in front of the Lawrence Tech bench. Oh, big hit by Trouba on the freshman, Tyler Drummy. And the ref blows the whistle dead. If you're looking to come to another Lawrence Tech game, there is a game at 9 o'clock with the NAIA team tonight. If you're looking to come to just watch the D3 team, they have another game coming up next weekend against the Oakland Grizzlies, another MCHC East Conference matchup. And Tyler Drummy is up and being helped off the ice, but being able to skate somewhat on his own power. With 19:41 left in the first period, still 0-0. Adam Parker and Gare line up the face-off, and Gare wins that back. And shot blocked by Tostani. Gabe Utley putting on pressure there. Jason Tired trying to get that up the boards. And Trouba with the shot, just blocked wide by Tostani again. Tired putting the body on him and getting tossed down. Oh, big hit by Helber there, their freshman. Tostani sends that into the corner. Josh Bauer trying to put some pressure on. No, wide open chance there for Casey, but couldn't do nothing with it. Trouba coming up the right side, just missing the pass to Stripling. Stripling dumps that puck in, and McGee gets it up to Fine. Gall trying to send that up the middle, and that'll be an ice. Your starting goaltenders tonight are going to be number 31, Hellman, who's getting his third start this season. Has 2 wins, 4 goals against, has a 2 goals against average with 39 saves and a .907 save percentage versus McGee, and Michigan wins that. Up to Stripling, Stripling gets a chance, hooked by Denemy on a breakaway. Ref calling a hook on Josh Denemy there. Possibly might have been a right-away call, but ref just saying it's a penalty. And the Michigan Wolverines go on the power play. Power play has been somewhat effective this year with the 22% success rate. And the Blue Devils have an 87% rate of killing off these penalties, so let's see how they do. Dylan Smith putting some pressure on, and Dylan Tierney getting that down. Tierney trying to put some pressure on behind the net. And Gall got that up to Moss, and Moss getting a big hit on him. Jason Drummy looking to get some revenge for the hit on his little brother. Gall, the captain, behind the net, looking for room, gets it to Stripling. Stripling taking it up the right side. trying to go wide. Passes back to Jeanette. Tierney getting a big hit on Jeanette there. Entire behind the net, trying to ice it. Can't do nothing with it. Mass on top. Gets hit by Smith. And Moss missing that puck there. Dylan Smith ends up dumping it down the ice. The Blue Devils get a change. Wholesale change. Both teams change, and the captain, Moss, behind the net. Brzezinski trying to get it up the ice. Gets it to Casey. Casey getting a hit laid on him by Fyan. Burnett tying puck up behind the net, trying to waste time. And just wide by Kelso. Kelso coming up top again, sends it to the side to Gare. Gare couldn't do nothing with it. Oh, just wide. There's a wide open chance for Stewart. Stewart up on the point, sends it across. Kelso trying to look back door. Blocked there by Testani. Kelso looking to the side. Oh, back door, just missing it. Couldn't get the pass, and McGee somehow getting lucky. Lawrence Tack killing off the penalty there. And that's a block by Fyan. Parker getting that puck out. Burnett putting on pressure on Gare. Kelso trying to pass that up to Casey. And Casey getting out of that scrum with Adam Parker. Ooh, bad puck lead by McGee there. Howard almost took that away. And LaPointe gets that up to Kelso. Kelso tries to find Howard, but ends up getting the puck knocked out. Bentley swatting that out. Kelso goes over to Connolly, and Connolly dumps that in on McGee. Ooh, McGee almost letting that one through with a fumble, but ends up saving it. And the face-off is going to be to his left. And the assistant captain, Rush, trying to win that, but can't. And that shot by Issel ends up going wide off a tip. Oh, another shot by Issel goes wide. And junior defenseman Jason Tyre ends up getting that puck up, but cannot get it out. Dylan Smith ends up getting it to Rush. Rush fumbles the puck, and Issel trying to create some room, get it out, but Dylan Smith intercepts that pass. It's in the corner. And Rush, trips up Connolly, but no call by the refs. And Issel coming up the right side with it. Oh, double hit by Rush and Karbowski there. Issel trying to get that pass, but Michael Testani, one-on-one with the shot. Oh, just tipped up into the netting by Connolly. What a chance by Michael Testani, the defenseman. And face off to the right of Heelman. Kello trying to win that face-off, ends up losing it to Wilson. Kept in by Josh Senemy. Karbowski goes into the corner, put pressure on. Oh, and Helber blows a tire. And that puck ends up going to Heelman. Paul is trying to put pressure on, ends up getting dumped down. McGee. Ref says it's good, no icing. Two Blue Devils in there in the corner trying to put pressure on. Paul is trying to get the block shot, and Trouba gets a shot through, but it's blocked in front of the net. Ends up going to the wide right. Jacobs ends up sending that to the corner to Trouba. Ref gonna call something. Your Blue Devils are going on the power play. Trouba And another penalty. Lead is second in penalties for the Wolverines. This power play faceoff's going to the left of Heelman. And Adam Parker wins that back to Dylan Smith. Smith keeps it in, so does Parker. And that's dumped down by Stewart. McGee ends up getting it, sends it over to Josh Denemy. Denemy getting a little sauce up on it. Hits it Dylan Smith. Smith gets it over a give and go back to himself. Ends up going wide left. Zaya sends that up to Josh Denemy. Josh looking for something, couldn't get it, it's blocked. Jeanette ends up tipping that to Stripling. Stripling all alone on the breakaway. Oh, wide right, left of McGee. Can't finish on the breakaway. Denemy ended up finding that puck and getting it out of the scrum. Dylan Smith passes it back. Oh, ref calling another penalty on the Wolverines, delayed penalty. And that's the second penalty of the game for the Michigan Wolverines. Stripling getting called there. He's now sitting tied for second. And third with 20 minutes in the box so far this season. Connor Burnett is going to take the face-off with Howard. So 5-on-3 power play right now for the Blue Devils. Jason Tyre ends up getting in there, keeps it in with massive pressure on him by Calso. Oh, still kept in. And the ref blowing that out. And the face-off right outside. And that's dumped by Howard. McGee ends up getting it to Denemy, and Denemy wraps around the neck and tries to break it out. Martino getting the pass from Denemy. And Martino stops just inside, sends it across Tyre. Tyre has all the time, gets it to Denemy. Denemy gets it to Burnett. Oh, blocked by Calso. Tyre to Zaya, back to Tyre. Tyre taking the shot, blocked, and Heelman easily saves that. And Burnett loses that one and kept in, but ends up trickling out. Tyre rolls over, past the top, gets it to Story. Story ends up able to keep that. Penalty over for the Blue Devil, or Warriors. Oh, and that's a power play goal. What a rocket by Josh Denemy. They call him the Denver Bomber, and you can see why. That was one heck of a slap shot from the point. And your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils are up 1-0 with 11:36 left in the first period against the #1 ranked Michigan Wolverines. Nolan Kellogg in on the faceoff against Gare. And the ref giving a warning to the players. And Nolan Kellogg with the win. Gets it back to Tastani. Ends up trickling back into the Lawrence Blue Devils zone. Dumped in by Stewart. Oh, Mike Ellis. Almost a costly turnover there. Gall sends it over to Stewart, who ends up getting the shot. Goes wide. Tastani. It's stuck in his feet. Ends up getting free. Dumps that out. Gall ends up padding that down with the big paw. Ellis trying to get that out. Missing it. Tastani falling. Still tries to get it. And Gall gets a chance here. ends up taking the shot himself, goes high to the right. Stewart tries to send that down, gets it to Garrett. Garrett tried getting it. Ellis trying to chip it out. So did Paulus, but Paulus missed it. Rosiski ends up sending to the corner, but Nolan Kellogg tries to do something with it. Tying up Casey on that one. And Paulus trying to hit Gall there, can't do it. Meets him at a stalemate. Gall with a big shot. Oh, tip-in goal. Gall with the goal scorer being Rosiski. That adds, that's a 7-game point streak for Rosiski with his 9th goal of the season. (1-1) here with 10:30 left. First period. The Wolverines getting a little bit of momentum back after that early Blue Devil goal. Gabe Bentley trying to put some pressure on Truba. Ends up takes the puck away. Jason Drummy dumps that back in onto Helber. Helber trying to wrap it around the net with pressure from Bentley. Got it to Jeanette. Jeanette ended up firing it down, gets it to Fine. Fine comes over to Josh Bauer. Bauer tried finding Bentley but couldn't do it. Ends up getting it in. Helber gets that over to Truba. Truba sends it back over to Helber behind the net. Helber back over to Truba. Finds some running room. Gets that over to Stripling. Stripling finds Jeanette. Jeanette ends up dumping that in. Stripling and Moss are hot on. Moss with it. Trying to look back door. Oh! Connolly just missing that one-timer. Parker loses the puck. Oh, could have got a slashing call on that, but the ref lets it go. LaPointe trying to file it in. Sends it wide left. Gets a pass to himself and gets it taken away by Mike Ellis. And shot wide left by Calso. Jason Tyre in. Martino ends up taking it. Gets it past the red line. Now the Wolverines with it. Calso over to Connolly. Connolly tries to send it up. Gets it to Hasselback. Ellis ends up taking away from Hasselback, but gets a scrum in the corner. Up to Connolly. Over to Calso. Back to Connolly. Connolly trying to find a shot. Tries to create room. Gets it. Oh, big save by McGee. Now Burnett gets it past the blue line. Ends up tripping it over his feet over the red line. Howard trying to bring it in himself. Gets room. Just wide left again. Tierney trying to get it out, but it's stuck in the feet, and Tostani sends it down. Ref calls icing, and there's the ice. Lawrence Tech band's here today. Nice shout out to them, always supporting Lawrence Tech athletics at every game they can make it to. And face off to McGee's left. Won by the Blue Devils. Dylan Tierney gets that puck out. And gets a hit on Wilson. Dylan Tierney gets a shot on Heelman. Oh, that's kept. Rush gets a chance but gets tripped up a little bit. And that's sent wide. A little bit of a chance here. But, oh! Dylan Smith ended up almost tipping that into McGee. 7:57, game still tied. 1-1 in the first period. Wilson up against Parker with the face-off, and the Blue Devils win. Tostani back to get it, sends it around to Gabe Bentley. Bentley trying to get it up to himself, gets it out to Adam Parker. Adam Parker coming down the right side with a chance, takes a shot, but blocked by Issel. Issel puts a hit on him and the puck comes loose behind the net. The captain gets his pass intercepted by Josh Denemy. Denemy ends up taking it offside by his own foot. 7:36 with the face-off going to be in front of the Wolverine bench. And a bit of a scrum, but Blue Devils win it back into their zone. Wolverines are putting on hard pressure onto Josh Enemy. The Wolverines end up coming away with it. That puck comes up to Truba. Truba with the shot, blocked by Zaya Martino. Martino with a big hit on Helber. Enemy sending that around. Truba picking it up. Martino trying to get a hit on the big guy. Can't do it. Burnett ends up taking that puck away from Casey, who's the leading goal scorer on this Wolverine team. Another shot blocked. Burnett ends up getting that puck out again. Gare ends up coming away from it. Skating around. Oh, flying with a dangerous block there. Casey getting put on his rear end on the left side. Dylan Tierney trying to take out the big guy Truba. Can't do it. Tasani puts a hit on Rosinski, and the puck ends up getting out. Dylan Tierney putting on pressure on Helber. Truba with it. Tierney ends up taking it, dumps it into the Wolverine zone. David Rush trying to put pressure on Helber, ends up tripping over the net. And a little shaking on that hit. Oh, McGee with a big save. And the scrum in front of the net. Calso trying to find it. David Rush still slow to get up. Finally gets to the bench. And McGee with 2 or 3 big saves in that instance right there. The Wolverines are buzzing right now around McGee. Fine behind the net with Nolan Kello. Kello ends up getting that out. And the Wolverines dump it back in. McGee stops that puck for Fine. Fine tries to send it up the right side. Paul is trying to put a hit on Connolly there. Connolly sending it up to Stripling, who sends it over top of the net. Adam Parbowski can't get that up. Moss coming around the right side of the net, sends it over, looking for Calso. Calso with the shot, ends up getting tipped by Adam Karbowski. And that face-off is going to be to the left of Matt McGee. Score still 1-1 with 5:12 left in the first period. Wolverines are buzzing right now, trying to find an opportunity, and the Blue Devils are putting up a good defense and not letting them get it. Hasselback versus Adam Parker on this. Parker wins it. Jason Tyre ends up with it. Sends it up the left side. Parker going to get it. Tries to dump it out. Gets it out of the zone. Wolverines dump it back in and check up and go back on the attack. Tyre behind his net, trying to find some space. Ends up getting it out. Dumped back in, and McGee tries to stop it behind the net and just misses it. Josh Stenemy tried dumping it out and ends up missing the high glass and hits the netting. Face off to the left of Matt McGee with 4:46 left in the first period. Hasselback versus Parker again. And it's a scrum. And it comes back to the captain on Michigan. He gets it down deep. Josh Enemy with the takeaway there, trying to get some sauce and get it to Josh Bauer. Josh Bauer putting a little stick check on the captain there for the Wolverines. And that's blocked by Jason Tyre. McGee gobbles that up with 4:25 left in the first period. With the second rankings coming out, Lawrence Tech's coming in at 13th in the North Region rankings, with Wolverines coming in at first, and that puck is won by Wilson. Ends up sending it to the left side. And Jason Drummy trying to go out into the corner and get the puck, ends up coming out with it. Goes behind the net looking for a pass. Takes it himself, gets through. What a fancy move. Gets past the red line. Keeps going. Oh, tries to look for the pass for Zaya Martino, can't do it. Some fancy moves by the junior defenseman, Jason Drummy. Connor Burnett goes to take the face-off against Wilson. And the Wolverines win it. Calso comes around the back of his net with pressure from Martino. Ends up trying to chip it out. Fine gets it. Sends it back down. With Jacobs. Ends up taking himself. Tries to get through. But that shot's blocked and ends up getting out. Burnett trying to put pressure on. Can't do it. Martino tried to put pressure on. But Ifredi getting a nice shot. And it's a scrum in front of that, but McGee still gets it. Good net front presence by the Blue Devils there. Able to keep the puck out. And Burnett dumps that in and looks for a change. That's a wholesale change by the Blue Devils. Issel trying to take it himself, but pressure gets a hit on him by Karbowski. Fine, sends that behind the net. Gets it to Dylan Smith. Sends that far side. Get the pressure off. Brzezinski trying to come down the right side through 4 men. Can't do it. Calso keeps that puck in, looking for the pass. And Dylan Smith sends him to the rafters, letting him know whose house it is. Karbowski trying to look for the drop pass for Tierney. Couldn't do it. Oh, big hit there by Jason Tyre. Oh, somehow puck squeaks through. And the leading goal scorer, Casey, with his 14th of the season, makes it 2-1 Michigan Wolverines with 2:44 left in the first period. Gare versus Parker on that face-off, and the Wolverines end up coming away with it. Gare tracing the puck, loses his feet. Jason Tyre ends up sending that one deep. Adam Parker goes in for the chase. Gall almost lost it back there, but puck's knocked out. And assistant captain Gabe Betley tries to get that in, but Gall keeps it out. Now Moss tried to get the puck out and himself couldn't do it. Puck finally gets out by Josh Senemy. Now Gare getting pressure from Josh Bauer to Gall. And Gare with a lot of time but misses the pass. And Andrew Story sends that deep. Now he's on the chase. Stewart got that over to Jeanette, who got it up to Stripling. Stripling trying to get it through, and Mike Ellis ends up taking it away and sends it out. Burnett with the chance here. Oh, sent wide left to Healing. Martino almost kept that in. And Jason Drummy got that puck taken away, but the Wolverines take it. And Moss with the shot high right, looking for the glove, and McGee ends up taking that away from him. Still 2-1 with 1:25 left in the first period. And that face-off won by the Blue Devils. Fine behind the net, trying to create some space for himself, ends up getting held up by Jeanette. Dylan Smith trying to find some room to go with, but can't do it. Being held up by Moss. Smith ends up coming up the right side and gets the puck out. Truba just sends that back down deep. Fine behind the net. 1 minute left in the first period. Oh, Nolan ends up taking out LaPointe there. Nice hit. Tassani scrumming with Moss behind the net. Dylan Smith trying to put some pressure on Moss, ends up fumbling. Calso trying to go for the shot, and it was a nice block try by Michael Testani there. And Michigan sends it to the front of the net, but the net front presence of the Blue Devils keeping it in again, keeping it out again. And Testani and LaPointe putting pressure on. Testani tries to send that deep, but can't. Connolly intercepts it. Oh, big slash there by Nolan Kellogg on Connolly. No call by the ref. Puck coming up the right side. Josh Bauer putting pressure on Connolly. Connolly tried dumping it out, but couldn't do it. And at the end of the period, your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils are down 2-1 against the #1 ranked Michigan Wolverines. We'll see you in a bit. And that puck dumped in by Adam Parker. Pass in front of the net, just wide. Josh Bauer trying to find something, but can't do nothing with it. Jason Drummy up top, sends it back down. Heelman sends it to the right side of the net. And the Wolverines break it out. And penalty, interference on the assistant captain, Gabe Bentley, for his hit on Moss. And the Wolverines go on the power play after going 0 for on their first one. Still looking to hit and possibly go up 3-1 in this game. And that puck gets out and sent deep. Heelman calls it off, sends it to Calso. And Dylan Smith putting on pressure on Calso. Calso trying to break it up out of the right side of the net, can't do it. Gives it back to Stewart. Stewart sending it up the left side to Casey. And Tierney getting that off the glass in the Wolverines bench, just missing the head coach there. Face off right outside the Wolverines bench. And Connor Burnett going up against Gare in this face off. And Blue Devils win it and get it back to Fine. Fine sends that off the board and it's blocked by Calso. Burnett ends up getting that deep. Martino with the pressure on. And ends up, that gets sent, save by Rosiski. Gets through, and easy glove by Matt McGee. 2-1 with 18:42 left in the first period, and 1:15 left on the interference penalty by Gabe Bentley. Sorry, folks, second period. Yet to change it up on the board. And that puck sent to the right side to Moss. Looking for Jeanette. Jeanette trying to do something with a wide open goal. Possible goalie interference there. And the Wolverines go up 3-1 in the second period with 18:28 left. And Adam Parker comes in to take face off against Stripling. And it's the scrum, and the Wolverines end up coming away. Never mind. Adam Parker gets it. And Healing just gets a toe on that, sends it to the corner. Parker chasing down Stripling behind the net. And that's sent back in by Jason Drummy. Drummy trying to get a stick in, gets it. Parker gets it, sends it back into the zone, but Helber sends that deep. And Drummy ended up getting the stick off Stripling on that, and Jeanette ends up with it. And both teams are flying right now. Lots of energy on the ice. And block by Jason Drummy. And Moss trying to skate around, ends up getting around. And McGee, big save and a slash from Moss on McGee. Michael Ellis let Moss, he's not okay with that. And with that stoppage, face off to Matt McGee's right with 17:34 left in the second period. And the Wolverines win that, and it comes back to Calso. Calso sends it back to Connolly. Connolly trying to send that down to LaPointe. LaPointe gets it back up to Connolly, back to LaPointe, who goes back down to Howard. Howard trying to find the front of the net, couldn't do it. Big hit on Tire. And the puck on the right side. Big scrum, and ends up with the Wolverines with it. Sent back to Hasselback. Oh, off the post by LaPointe. And Howard tied up by Tyer there in the corner. Ends up coming out to the right side. Burnett with it. Gets it to Story. Story missing the hit. Oh, tries to roof it. Can't do it. Tastani keeps it in. Sends it back down to the left corner. Oh, Story trying to put a big body on LaPointe. Can't do it. Calso trying to put his speed on. And the puck ends up coming out. Tierney stays with it. Oh, and ends up sending it to the Wolverine stick. And Iprady sends it down. Coming up to the right side. Tierney still trying to stay with it. Comes to Smith. Smith had a chance to get it to Karbowski. Oh, that is a big hit by Adam Karbowski right in front of the Blue Devil bench, and that's going to be behind. Calling him for a board. And the U of M Wolverines on the power play again. 1 for 2 on the day. Josh Bauer taking his face off against Stripling. Stripling wins it clean, but goes out of the zone, and Truba goes back for it. Gall gets hit by Bauer. Bauer still trying to finish his hit. Stripling gets it in the middle and gets tied up, and Josh Enemy knocks that puck away. Jeanette stays with it and gets it to Moss, who gets it to Gall up top, looking for Truba down the side, and easily saved by Matt McGee. Face-off going to be to the left with 15:37 left in the second period and 1:29 left in the Adam Karbowski boarding penalty. And the Blue Devils win that, and Burnett stays with it. Ends up getting it out and sends it deep down, and Wolverines have to go to the full 200 with it. Gall sets up behind the net. Tries to come out the left side, and puck's almost taken away, but still gets to Stripling. Stripling trying to get around Michael Ellis. Does. Tries to roof that, can't do it. And Moss trying to get it, but Jason Drummy ends up blocking that pass. And the Wolverines trying to tip that in front of the net. Swatted away by Jason Drummy. Oh, Jeanette almost had a chance there, but Matt McGee getting a stick on it. Oh! Tipped in by Zaya Martino onto his own goalie. And it's 4-1 Wolverines. 14:49 left in the second period. And Blue Devils got to regroup here to get back, get some energy back. And Andrew Story take the face off against Gare. And Tastani ends up turning that puck over, but Story ends up coming back to get it. And that goal being Jeanette's 6th of the season. And Machinsky comes in for the Blue Devils. Machinsky having a 2-1 record so far in the season. And Story ends up losing that face-off to Casey. Jason Tyer ends up knocking that pass away, and Nolan Kellogg getting his skate stuck in the skate of Issel here on the play. Well, the puck sent behind the net to Story. Story trying to send that up to Paulus on the left side. Paul's trying to send it out, ends up being blocked and easily saved there by Brendan Machinsky. You know, the old saying in the ACHA is that's the fastest chest in the ACHA. You shoot into a goalie's chest. This face-off going to be left of Machinsky with 14:09 left in the second period. Adam Parker ends up losing that to Hasselback. And tipped into the net by Hasselback. And again to the face-off to the left. Adam Parker ends up winning that one. But the Wolverines seem to come away with it. But Gabe Betley ends up getting it out. Fine, chases that down into the corner. Trying to send it out, but LaPointe stays with it. Now Howard sends that up to the point to Gall. Gall sends that over to Hasselback, and it ends up going up. Hasselback stays with it. Bit of a scrum. Josh Bauer putting pressure on him, and Denby in there for backup. And Bauer just missing chance to get that out. Could have been a slash call, but ref doesn't call it, letting the guys play. Fine, missing the puck. Giving Howard a chance there, and big save by Machinsky. And shot in the point, tipped wide by his own player. Wilson ends up going to the point and sent back down, trying to get to Wilson. LaPointe misses it too. Set back down by Helber. Ifredi sends that up to Truba. Truba winding up for the shot. Off the goalpost, goes wide right. Denby trying to backhand that out, can't do it. And Ifredi gets that to Truba again. And that squeaks all the way through clean, right into the glove of Brendan Machinsky. 12:17 left in the second period. Michigan Wolverines up 4-1 for your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Face off to the right of Machinsky. Connor Burnett versus Wilson, and shot there by number 23, Jacobs. Finally getting some ice time again. And easily saved, face off to the right again of Machinsky. And that face off one to Truba. Truba ends up getting it. Machinsky saves that far pad, sends it to the right side. Still scrum on the boards. Drummy trying to get in there, blocked. Ends up swatting, and Machinsky, like an outfielder in Odell Beckham, ends up somehow catching that over the back of his head. Jason Drummy giving Brendan Machinsky a little props on that save there too. And both teams doing a wholesale change here with 11:49 left in the second period. Face off to Machinsky's right. Tasani ends up getting it to Tierney. Tierney trying to find Dylan Smith, but intercepted by Calso. Calso trying to get a spin move to get it out. And Dylan Smith gets it to Tierney, who gets it back to Smith, and they chip it in, and Dylan Smith goes down, seems hurt on the play, but the Wolverines get a breakaway. It's a 2-on-0. And that's a goal. Wolverines score their fifth of the game with 11:15 left in the second period. Zaya Martino wins that face-off. On the left side, Fine gets a hit on Casey. And Moss getting the goal. And that being his 11th on the season. And Paul's trying to get the puck out, ends up getting it to Gare. And puck bouncing around like a hot potato, finally settles, and Martino gets it behind the net and passes Josh Denemy. Denemy getting to Kello, and he chips it down the ice, and the ref blows it, icing. This comes back down to the left of Machinsky. Martino going against Hasselback in this face-off. Martino wins it, and the puck gets out. Finally, after a long while, gets into the Wolverine zone. Kello trying to get hit on there, and that puck misses everybody, and Fine tries to chase it down to the right side of Machinsky. Does. Ends up fumbling the puck. Howard on the play there on Fine. And Adam Parker comes behind the net and loses the puck. The point with it, who gets it to Hasselback, and Hasselback with a shot that goes wide right. Helber sends that deep down, and oh, Hasselback had a chance there, but sends it back to Helber, who send it into the corner, trying to get to Hasselback. Hasselback trying to fight for it with Adam Parker. Ends up sending it around to the right side where Fines with it, who jumped out of the way of a hit that he thought was coming, and that puck goes wide right from the shot from Issel. And Halbert trying to send that over to Issel, who ends up shooting it wide right again. And that puck's still good, didn't hit the netting. And Josh Bauer sends that from the right side back around behind the net to the left side. And Josh Senemy finally able to get the puck out and give a much needed change by the Blue Devils. And the ref says no. Icing. Wolverines getting fresh legs on here tonight. And oh, almost an easy shot rebound there for Wilson. And oh, that puck stopped and blocked by Gabe Bentley on the shot of Calso, and ends up being sent all the way down the ice. And wholesale change here for the Blue Devils, who spent the last 2 minutes in their own zone and couldn't get it out. And Josh Senemy on the hit on Ifredi there, and sent in. And oh, Burnett blocking that dump out change, tries again, and Burnett still gets it. Big hit on Connolly. And Calso trying to look for the pass, gets it over to Connolly. Connolly trying to find some space. Burnett chips out of it again. Martino trying to go low on Calso, but couldn't do it. No, Michigan trying to wrap it around him. Chinsky lunges out to save that. Calso, after the play there, kept on going on Martino. The ref let it go. .7:58 left in the second period. Still 5-1 Michigan Wolverines. And the Wolverines win that, but ends up going out of the zone. Stewart with it, sends it over to Gowell. And Stewart ends up dumping it in. Moss tried to send that up the corner, and Tierney with a hit on Stewart. Now Smith trying to chase down Gowell, but can't do it. Jeanette ends up staying with it. Takes it himself, gets it over to Moss, who sends that to center. And the Blue Devils net front presence still trying to stay true. And saves that. And Drummy trying to get it over the red line, but still dumped back in by Gowell, the captain. Now Jeanette being chased down by Mike Ellis, and Ellis putting on pressure on his hip. Tierney trying to find a way to get it out. Gets it to Kello, who sends that over to Smith. Story, sorry. And Story ends up going down on the play. And Machinsky leaving that behind the net, who we thought was a defenseman, and it wasn't. Wolverines get a chance here. Gare stays with it. Sending it across, looking for Moss for the one-timer. Couldn't do it, just missed. Wolverines getting a little too fancy here, and that puck goes high into the netting off the block of Nolan Kello. 6:30 left in the second period, and this face-off going to be to the right of Machinsky. Tastani losing the puck behind the net, getting some pressure by Brzezinski. And Heelman getting the puck there, trying to send it behind the net. No, Truba, almost a costly turnover, but gets lucky. That puck sent down on Heelman by Kello. Paulus putting on pressure. Does a flyby on Halber. Now Gare gets hit by Tyron. Oh, hit on Paulus by number 18. And Gare hitting Nolan Kello after the whistle. And Kello's pushing them. They still persist after the whistle. And the Blue Devils walk away with a power play. After going 1 for 1 so far this game. Maybe this could be the spark that gets them back into this game with 5:51 left in the second period. That pass goes back to Smith, who tries to chip that over to Adam Park. Zaya Martino gets that up to Josh Denemy and ends up pummeling it. And gets it to Wilson. Wilson trying to take it by himself. Sends that to Howard. No! What a lucky grab by Brendan Machinsky there. He was sliding over to make the stop. And Wilson throws him a changeup. Sorry. And Machinsky easily grabs that. But face off to the left, Adam Parker wins it. Dylan Smith behind the net, trying to give his guys some time to set up. Josh Denemy trying to get that Tierney, but Tierney couldn't keep it on his stick. And Wilson with a one-on-one chance. Machinsky saves it. And Dylan Smith gave him some time for his guys set up behind the net. Mr. Martino trying to send that up to Tierney, but tried to intercept it, and puck still ends up in. Adam Parker with it, tries to send it to somebody in the slot. Nobody's home. Denemy trying to stop that from going out, but ends up coming back to their blue line to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith trying to take it on his own with the guy chasing him from behind. And wraps it to Adam Karbowski. And the puck ends up coming out to Flying. And Jason Tyre trying to take it on his own. And somehow that puck got loose. And Tyre able to take that puck away from a flying Brzezinski. And oh, nice block by Fine on that play. Hasselback with it, comes up the right side. And passes to Halber. Mike Ellis ends up intercepting that puck, and the puck gets out. And with that, that's the end of the Blue Devil power play, with them going 1 for 2 on the night so far. And Ifrady coming to put some pressure on Tyre, and he ends up getting it into the corner. No, that was almost tipped in by Ifrady from Calso. Puck in the left corner. Tried to set to the center, and Machinsky getting a big save, and another big save. Machinsky being a wall so far in the game. Trying to earn his keep. And the Wolverines threw everything but the kitchen sink on our boys there today. And Coach Gaffney doing a wholesale change on that. And Paulus trying to hit Gowell there, but couldn't get away with it. No, play almost intercepted there, and Kello still putting some pressure on, and that shot goes wide right. Kello looked like he got a piece of that, and it ends up going to the corner. Face off to the left of Machinsky. With 2:45 left in the second period, still 5-1. Michigan Wolverines over the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. And Dylan Smith ends up losing that face off to Stripling. And Stewart getting the shot blocked by Kello there. Puck sent in by Jeanette, but Michael Tassani knocked it out. Jason Drummond comes behind the net with pressure from Jeanette and gets it out. Dylan Smith ends up tipping it. Kello trying to come in, put on pressure on Stewart. And gets that pass over to Moss, who gets the puck taken away by Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith with the hit on Moss and a nice shot on Heelman. First one in a while by the Blue Devils. And Josh Denby able to smack that saucer pass out of the air for Jeanette. This face-off just in front of Wolverines bench. Denemy takes that puck behind the net, ends up coming out the right side. Just kept in by Truba. And Machinsky gets it, ends up passes it to Josh Denemy. Kept in by Helber. Ref calling the cross-check penalty on the Blue Devils. Michigan Wolverines so far tonight are 2 for 3. And with 1:40 left in the second period, Wolverines go on the power play. Hasselbeck against Andrew Story for the face-off. And Hasselbeck wins it. Gets it to Brett LaPointe. Jason Drummond comes around the left side, ends up sending it deep. Heelman stops it for Calso. LaPointe comes up the right side with it, taking his time, and sends it around to the left side. Giving to Calso, back to Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck sets up Calso with the shot, easily saved. Oh, somehow snuck behind Machinsky and sent wide. Calso with it up top, looking for Hasselbeck, but Hasselbeck fumbles it. Back to Calso, who tries to shoot. And Machinsky stays with it and somehow snags that. Both teams getting a bit of a change here. And Truba up on the point with it, sends it back down low to Casey. And that's taken away by Jason Tyre. Jason Tyre getting a chance. Rushing down the ice. And Gao, the captain, gets in on him. And Tyre still trying to take it away. Oh, Tyre almost hitting his own teammate Martino there. And Denemy ends up getting it. And chance for the Blue Devils. Tipped around, and oh, Wolverines take it away. And held in. And with that, 5-1 at the end of the period. With your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils down 5-1, still on the penalty kill with 20 seconds left in the Gabe Betley cross-checking penalty. And at the end of that, we'll be back in another 10 minutes. See you folks. And we're back for the third period, and the Wolverines win that. Connolly up to Jeanette, who tries to send that in, and Denemy trying to fire that down, and Calso gets it over to Connolly. And Moss sends that deep. Stripling going to get it, flying after him. To Moss. And Wolverines score again. Early into the third with 19:38 left. That being an even strength goal and not on the power play. Stripling versus Burnett, and Stripling wins that. Calso over to Connolly. Tries to go to Stripling, and Martino intercepts that. Stripling scoring that goal for the Wolverines with his 7th on the year. And Story getting that over to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith slowing up, fires that into Healing's chest. This will come to the left of Healing with 19:06 left in the third period. And that pass is intercepted, and Tierney sends that deep down. M. Karbowski chasing down Truba. He gets it to Gare, who pops that over to Casey. Casey ends up getting taken down by Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith putting a hit on Gare. And Casey puts a hit on Michael Tastani, and that puck tipped wide by Dylan Smith off the shot of Truba. And save by Machinsky, and that pops out, and Dylan Smith sends that deep, and a blue double change here. Tierney sends that to Fine with a weak shot, easily blocked by Truba. And that puck hitting Story in the back of the bucket and sent in on Machinsky. Fine comes up with it. Ends up sending that deep. And LaPointe missing that puck, and Machinsky getting it behind the net from Drummy. And Paulus able to send that down deep, and Heelman getting it behind the net, stops it. And Paulus missing on the hit there, ends up tripping a little bit for it. And that pass intercepted by Michael Tastani. And Stewart comes up, passes over to LaPointe. Point able to get around Michael Ellis. And Howard almost kicked that in to the blue double net. Would be no goal, but Josh Bauer on the break here. Adam Parker getting slashed a little bit by Calso before. Ref letting him play. Michael Ellis ends up getting that pass. It was just past the outstretched arms of LaPointe. And Issel sends that over to Howard, who sends it deep. And Machinsky able to stop it just before it gets there. Michael Ellis sends it up the left side, and Issel trying to get a shot, just missing the Stripling tip. And Ellis knocking down Ifredi there, and there's going to be a slashing penalty on Adam Parker. No, never mind. Ref just calling it offsides, and that's taken off, dumped into the Wolverine zone. And Story trying to keep that in, ends up knocking it back down deep with Burnett getting it. Burnett trying to chase him behind the net. Gets put in a spin cycle by Calso. Martino able to keep it in, just losing it to Jacobs. And Story going down the ice, and the ref calls icing back into the Wolverine zone. And Tyre with it, able to cup it in. Calso sends that over to Issel, who gets it up to Wilson, who sends it to Jacobs. And Jacobs got that over to Wilson, who sends it up to Connolly. Connolly trying to get a shot, blocked by Martino. Burnett able to get that puck out. And sent back on by Ifredi. Jason Tyre sending that, trying to get it high off the glass to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith just missing the puck. And Tyre taking down on the play by Jeanette. And the ref's going to call a penalty. Blue Devils back on the power play. Started off real well for the night, but are 1-3 right now. This face-off coming to Healing's left. Heelman's left. And Adam Parker wins that back to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith gets it over to Josh Denemy. Denemy sends that down to Adam Parker. Josh Denemy wheels it, sends it back to Parker. Parker sends it low, up to Martino, who sends it over to Dylan Smith and gets a shot on Heelman. Dylan Tierney getting tied up with Truba. Truba and Tierney still chirping at each other at the left faceoff. And Adam Parker versus the captain, Gall. And Parker wins that and just past the outstretched arms of Dylan Smith. And Josh Denemy missing the pass there and holds up Hasselback. Smith putting a quick move to give himself some time and space. Skates it himself and gets it in deep. Martino just missing the hit from Truba. Martino gets it up to Smith, who sends the puck into the right side in the net. And Parker able to keep that in. Just on the blue line. Smith ends up staying with it. Gets it over to Josh Denemy, who sends it back down to Adam Parker. Goes to Martino. Martino missing Parker. Josh gets it. Martino sends it back to Parker, who sends it up to Josh. Josh lines up for the shot. And the ref saying puck outside because of interference possibly on the goalie. Coach Gaffney getting a wholesale change here for the Blue Devils with 13:45 left in the third period and 44 seconds left on the Jeanette penalty. And Gare wins another faceoff. And Story swatting it down, able to keep it in. And Adam Karbowski gets it to Jason Tyre, who sends it to Fyan, who launches that off the high glass off a tip. And Tyre with it. Back to Fyan, who takes a shot that goes wide left, almost hitting Adam Karbowski. Back to Fyan, who gets his pass blocked by Wilson. And with that, another Blue Devil power play ends, and the Wolverines kill another penalty. The point getting an excellent pass from Calso, takes it down the right side, ends up getting drove into the boards by Tyre. Fine, finally chipping the puck out, and Issel sends that back down. And a broken play by Machinsky. Ends up getting saved, and Fine getting angry and throwing his stick there on the play. And the Wolverines win another face-off in Issel. That's a high shot. And Smith ends up pushing down Howard on that. Hasselback gets that back to, butt block by Jason Drummy there. And, puck blocked by Hasselback there. Connolly goes over to Ifrady, who sends it back to Connolly, who takes it in himself, dumps it in. Light dump. And Machinsky keeps it, trying to interfere with Ifrady a little bit there. And Testani comes around the net. Ends up chipping that, but Connolly able to get a paw on it, keeps it in. Drummy able to get that puck away from the point. And Issel ends up getting it down deep to Ifrady. And Ifrady getting the puck taken away from him by Parker. But Wilson ends up keeping it in, and big hit by Justani on Alfredi. Connolly keeps that in, gets hit by Bauer. Pass blocked by Jason Drummy, and another block by Josh Bauer. And that puck taken away by Gabe Batley. And Wilson trying to dive there, holds a stick at Gabe Batley. That puck sent in, and Mike Ellis around, tries to get it out, and sent in by Jake Truba, who checks the stick for the flex. And what a chance by Connor Burnett, all alone, but gets stoned by Heelman. Josh Enemy ends up chipping it out, looking for Story. Truba almost hitting Story from behind there. Story with a grade A chance, but Truba gets it, knocks it away from Story, and then gets knocked down by Story. Moss skating with it, has some open room to go. Tries to go through 4 people, but gets the puck taken away by Zaya Martino. Martino with the fancy move, evades a hit, and Gow with it. Gets that to Jeanette, and Jeanette chips it up, trying to go for Stripling, but Stripling gets the puck taken away, and it's sent deep. Machinsky, fumbling that. Trying to get it to the corner. Moss couldn't get it. End up getting it back to Machinsky. And with that, ref stops play with 9:52 left in the third period. Wolverines are still up 6-1 against your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Smith versus Stripling to the right of Machinsky. And Smith ends up losing that. And Moss with the shot there, easily saved by Machinsky. Karbowski and Jeanette going a little bit. And Moss putting Karbowski in a headlock. Tierney does the same thing to Jeanette. And Karbowski and Gowell both going to the box. The ref saying 4-on-4 hockey. Those won't be coincidental penalties. So with 9:48 left in the third period, this faceoff is going to the right of Machinsky with some 4-on-4 hockey. And Connolly has it up on the point, sends it low to Stripling. Stripling trying to find Jeanette in the middle, but can't do it. Ends up going all the way down to Heelman. And Jeanette with it, gets it back to Connolly. Connolly up to Casol, can't do it. Oh, big hit by Castle there. And oh, Smith getting a big hit on Stripling. It's getting rough here with 9:10 left in the third period. And Castle, another big hit on Tastani. And some slashes traded back and forth by those two. And Machinsky just missing the wide shot of Stripling. With Castle trying to send that to the center, can't do it. And the puck sent deep by the Wolverines. Full sail change by the Wolverines here. And Drummy trying to take it up himself. Oh, getting fancy. Looking for the shot. Oh, just high right of the net. And Garrett trying to take it. And almost gets tripped up there, but Story takes the puck away. Story giving a nice hit on Gare there. And Drummy stays with it. He keeps skating and finally gets rid of it and goes to Fine on the other side. Fine trying to take it himself. He gets a big hit laid on him by Gare. And Fine getting a stick to his face by Gare, but the ref doesn't call it. And Paul is missing a hit there, so did Martino. And Machinsky with a big save on Helber. And oh, here come the fights, folks. And the Lawrence Tech band chirping. Michigan Wolverines here. With Gary and Fine both get sent to the box. .7:41 left in the third period. Wolverines are still up 3-1. With the Blue Devils getting 2 penalties on that, with Adam Karbowski also getting tossed into the box. So we're looking at a potential 4-on-3 here for the Wolverine power play. Ref trying to sort out the penalties right now. It looks like the Gare and Fine penalties are going to be coincidentals, with just the Adam Karbowski penalty being up on the board. So that means it's going to be 5-on-4. With 7:41 left in the third period. Casey tried to get it up to Truba, and it ends up going behind that and dumped down deep by Josh Stenemy. Heelman sets it up for Gao behind the net. With Casey coming down the right side. Tries to get it to Rzycki, but can't. Gao gets it over to Moss and gets his shot blocked by Michael Ellis. Gabe Bentley trying to put a body on. Oh, that comes across the shot. The crease of Machinsky, and a one-on-one for Josh Bauer, and loses the puck. And delayed penalty by the Michigan Wolverines here. And Casey putting a dominant lead onto his teammates with the leading penalty. That being, I think, his second penalty game. He has 32 minutes on the year so far. Both teams living up to their high penalty nature so far this season, with both teams averaging just about 20 minutes in the box a game. And number 22, Wilson versus number 10, Dylan Smith for the face-off, and Blue Devils win it. And knocked out Hasselback on the chance for a breakaway, but fumbles the puck. 2 hits laid on him by Smith and Tyre. Connolly trying to get to the slot for the pass, but couldn't get there. Calso gets his pass taken away by Tierney. Hasselback skating with it and loses the puck again. And that puck hit in by Connolly and blocked by Jason Drummy. And the puck sent around to the backside of Calso and right back around, and Jason Tyre gets it. And sent out by Jason Tyre. Blue Devils look for a wholesale change here. And the Wolverines with quick up pass. Connolly skating with it by himself. Anna Parker trying to put a body on him. And pass taken away by Michael Ellis. And puck gets out from the chip of Adam Parker. Issel sends that over to Connolly, who sends it back to Issel. Tells him to take it up himself. And Lawrence Sack kills off their penalty and are now on the power play with 41 seconds left in that power play. No, Josh Enemy missing the hit there on the point. .520 left in the third period, 28 seconds left on the Blue Devil power play. And Hellberg gets that puck taken away behind him. Martino stays with it. He goes up to Adam Parker. He goes to Josh Enemy with the one-timer. That's a little high over the head of Hillman. And that's sent into the netting by Hellberg. With 4:58 left in the third period and 6 seconds left on the Blue Devil power play. Still 6-1, Michigan Wolverines over your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. And Adam Parker on the face-off wins it again. And Burnett trying to find somebody to pass to. And Martino gets hit a little high there by Stripling. Puck still kept in by Burnett and sent down deep. Martino. And Gao behind the net, trying to get away. Dylan Smith trying to get it away from Jeanette. And ends up getting it to Stripling, who fumbles it. And Martino gets it to Smith and gets the puck out. And Moss stays with it. And Smith sending Moss for a ride. And the band letting them be known. But Stripling going after Dylan Smith for that hit on Moss. .410 left in the third period, and things are starting to get a little rowdy here. Stripling and Dylan Smith both getting kicked out. As soon as I know, I'll let you folks know here at home what the nature of those penalties are. I'm gonna guess a 10-minute misconduct. And also probably a 2-minute penalty for roughing. Gare, number 26, also getting kicked out. Unsure about that one. But Nolan Kello coming in to serve for the Dylan Smith penalty. Josh Bauer in on the face-off against Moss, and Michigan wins it. And Calso with the shot there, looking for the slot, and that pass intercepted by Michael Testani. And Calso trying to knock him down, and Testani stands tall. Gowell behind the net. Oh, big hit by Michael Testani. And the Wolverines going to 5-on-3. Michael Testani getting a 5-minute there. Possibly a 5 and a 10 for a 5-minute major for maybe a knee, to be my guess. 3:46 left in the third period, and things are unraveling here for both teams. And Hasselback against Andrew Story. And oh, Hasselback getting a high hit on Jason Tierney there, or Tire, my fault, folks. And it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play because of the LaPointe penalty. Oh, and LaPointe getting ejected there for also getting a 10-minute misconduct. Can start to see why Michigan Wolverines have 231 penalty minutes so far on the year, not including this game tonight. Yep, some 4-on-3 hockey here, folks, with 3:40 left in the third period. And like I said, things unraveling for both teams here. And Wolverines win that. And Gowell trying to come up center ice, with Howard taking that in himself, trying to create some room, and Jason Tire taking it away from Howard. And Story dumping that out the ice with 1:10, in the Dylan Smith penalty. And Michigan breaking out 4-man wide. Gowell sends that to Howard, who sends it back down to Gowell in the corner. He's looking up for Howard up on the point. Goes for Calso down on the side, who ends up going wide with a shot. And Gowell sending that back wide with 48 seconds left in the Dylan Smith penalty. 2:43 left in the period. Martino and Tire in there against Howard and Calso. Sorry, not Calso. Wilson. And that's sent out by Josh Denemy. 25 seconds left in the Dylan Smith penalty. And another penalty for the Michigan Wolverines. It's going to be some 3-on-3 hockey with 2:33 left. And the ref kicking out number 22, Wilson. And Zaya Martino getting tossed too. .233 left in the third period, and it's starting to come at Donnybrook here, folks. The benches are emptying, and less people are on the ice. Looking at some 4-on-3 hockey still. 24 seconds left in the Dylan Smith penalty. And Wolverines ended up winning that faceoff with Helber skating with the puck, trying to get it in. Sends that around, looking for Rajewski. And Blue Devils end up sending that down. Tyre and Denemy get back on the ice for the Blue Devils, with Parker being the head man. And that's the end of the 4-man penalty kill. Or 4-on-3, sorry folks. Tongue's a little tied. Adam Parker trying to send that deep down, and Connolly misses it. Nolan Kellogg with a chance. Heelman ends up getting that around just before Kellogg gets there. And that's the end of the Michigan Wolverines penalty. And 1:29 left in the game with 2:40 left in the Michael Testani major penalty. Or 5-minute penalty, sorry folks. Heelman stops up behind the net for Connolly, who goes to Issel. Issel takes his time skating it up, chips that to Gowell. Gowell cuts back, trying to give himself some space, sends it over to Hasselback. Hasselback chips that up the boards to Howard. 1 minute left in the period, still 6-1. And that's wide left for Howard. And Josh Bauer putting on pressure on the captain, Gowell. Just wide right from the Issel shot from the point. And that shot still wide right, stuck behind the net. Mike Ellis putting on pressure. Number 23, Jacobs. And wide open shot. Hasselback, and ends up going out through a crack in the glass on the top. And that'll be stoppage play with 16 seconds left in the game. Ten seconds left in the game, folks. And blocked by Jason Tyre to get that puck out. And then intercepted by Jason Tyre. Jason Tyre just running time down, sends that down on Heelman, and Truba hanging on to Tyre there, and then throws a stick. And there were fireworks in this game, folks. And at the end of the game, 6-1, Michigan Wolverines. These two don't see each other until after the Thanksgiving break, and isn't that going to be a firecracker? But For those that watch and listen, thank you for watching. I'm Alex Johnson. Have a nice night.